Hey, I just wanted to pop in real quick and say hi.
When everything falls apart, your arms hold me together. When everything falls apart, you're the only hope for this heart. When everything falls apart and my strength is gone, I find you mighty and strong. You keep holding on. You keep holding on.
I've been in the hospital the past couple weeks. If you want to see that story and see how God really worked a miracle. I had septic shock 3 times and had a nasty blood infection, and I am doing fine. I made it through and have no damage aside from my pulse tachycardia being really pretty flared. But otherwise doing great. And just all these things kept happening that I just see God's hand imprinted everywhere. And so if you want to see that story, go to my channel, Flying High. I'll leave a link. And it's a long story, and I did vlog all about it this morning. I wanted to answer Sarah's question. Sorry, I'm out of breath. From the 11th, last week. Galloping Clouds, Sarah, I hope you're okay. I didn't see you posted any videos. So hope you're doing alright. Anyway, I just wanted to answer a question about where were you on 9/11, and I also wanted to thank her for covering for me. So, I remember everything about that day. I was in 4th grade, I was 11 years old, and my school decided not to tell the younger kids what had happened and let the parents kind of explain it to them, or just come pick us up early. A lot of kids left school that day. I actually think that week some kids were still gone. If I remember correctly, it was just kind of a weird week. Things were weird for a long time after that. Nothing was quite the same. Actually, I just remember thinking when things started going back to normal that it wasn't right. But we talked our teacher into telling us, because I know we were old enough, and we deserved to know, and she felt the same way, and she did tell us. And it was obvious something was wrong. She was crying, and everyone was upset. And all the high school kids went into the sanctuary and prayed, and for a little school, all we had was my teacher had a little radio, and she was just listening to it, and literally she was just shouting out, another plane just hit the 2nd tower, the 1st tower fell, the 2nd tower fell, a plane hit the Pentagon, and a plane hit in Pennsylvania. And when that last plane hit in PA, my sister came to me. We were at lunch, and she's like, "Do you want to go home? Plane just was crashing in Pennsylvania now." And it just seemed like so much was happening. And I said that I wanted to stay, and so she and I decided to stay. And I just kind of wanted to be with my friends and everyone, and she was fine with that. And so we stayed, and nothing was going to happen where we were, and we knew that, but it was just weird. You kind of want to be with your family too. And my mom got a call from her sister in Texas, and she was like, "Just turn on the news," and so my mom did, and just sat watching the news all day. I don't remember what my dad was. I'll have to ask my dad. I know where he was, but I don't know what his story was about it. So I thought, we weren't told at first. I thought President Bush had been shot, because we just knew a national tragedy had occurred for an hour until we talked our teacher into telling us. And that was the biggest thing I could think of that would make everyone cry so much, and just something was so horribly wrong. That was the biggest thing my 11-year-old brain could come up with. I mean, I never thought about our country being attacked like that, so it really affected me, and I've always been incredibly patriotic. I've always been the one that, like, cries when the national anthem plays, if the flag is waving really pretty, and so, yeah, it's definitely, I mean, definitely everything just changed, and when I look back, I cannot believe it's been 10 years. It just doesn't feel like it. And when I watch the footage, it definitely feels like it's only been a few months or a year. And I'm glad we've not moved on, but I'm glad that we're you know, moving forward, I guess. I don't know how else to say it. I think it is time now, but I also need to know the families. Like, I don't know if I lost someone. I don't know how I'd ever keep going, but I think it's important to, because we can't let them win. If we kept dwelling in what happened, we'd be letting, the Taliban win, because we can't keep sitting on our butts, essentially. That's just, letting evil win. And I don't think that's what God wants us to do when evil rises up. We need to keep going. I know some people have different mixed feelings about building on the old site, but I think the memorial is beautiful. I think it's showing that there is 2 empty spaces there. Those towers are gone, and they're never going to be back there again. So I think the memorial is so nice, but I also think it's really cool that we are that building, and what's his name, Larry, I forget his last name, that's horrible. I think that he's so emotionally involved in this, and I mean, he kept crying about it, and he's not building those buildings just because he lost millions of dollars. He's building them because he feels that was the right thing to do for the country as well. And yeah, he did lose money, but he's fine. And he waited a long time to do it. I mean, he didn't the next day go, oh, how am I going to recount my losses? So I don't think it was about the money. It was about, rebuilding, and and there's going to be a lot of new jobs too. We know how much we need new jobs. And I think that the buildings, every little thing, like the one building's cut away, so every September 11th, that the time the first plane struck, it's going to hit the tower, the first footprint, and it's just it's so cool. So I think it's beautiful. So those are just my thoughts, and Sarah, again, thank you for doing a video on the 11th, and I really appreciate it. And I hope that you're doing well. I was just catching up on your videos on your channel, so I hope everything is going okay for you today. I'm thinking of you all, and lots of love, and thank you again, and I'll post a link on the bottom. Bye everyone, God bless.